What do we got here? Surprise for you? Oh, it's the brick. Hopefully this thing doesn't brick. This is the trim UI brick. But we're not reviewing this guy today. This is the one that we're reviewing. No, this is not a GBA Advance. It looks like a Game Boy Advance. Remember that thing back in not that old. 2001, I want to say. I don't have that nostalgia, to be honest with you guys. But I can't remember what year it was. I think it was around 2002, 2003. They were announcing, probably 2003, they were announcing that the GBA SP was coming out. I got excited. And I'm like, well, I've never played the Game Boy Advance. So I actually rented it for a day or two. I can't even remember what game I played it. Probably one of the Super Mario Advance games. And like most of you, when I played it, I could barely see anything, man. No backlit screen. The screen was a little small. It was fine. I knew it had potential, but I was looking forward to the GBA SP, which sadly I don't have anymore. But the good folks at Anbernic, I've made this guy. I have the green version, by the way. And let's do an unboxing and talk about this little thing, alright? Shall we? And before you turn the video off, I know a lot of other reviewers did videos on this, but I want to make this video tailored kind of to like my audience in a way. Because a lot of them don't know about these little devices, so we'll talk about some stuff that maybe you haven't heard from other reviewers, so let's dig right in, shall we? Well guys, here's the box, man. Apparently this box even looks like the original one from GBA. Back in the day, back in 2001, had a similar box. So it's nice to see a box like this. This is the nicest box that Anbernic has done, for sure. It's really cool with the graphic. Looks nice, man. Let's unbox this thing. Oh, by the way, the box. You have this. Nothing too exciting. Here you got the colors. But there's a new color now, right? The white glacier. So, yeah. I've had this guy for about a week. A little over a week, so, yeah. Here, what comes in it. But NXT, where I bought it from. Comes with it. Well, the one I got came with a 64 gig micro SD card with some games. Then we have the system. Look at this puppy. Look at this thing, man. Thing looks nice. Really nice. Yeah, we'll take a closer look at this guy soon. What else is in the box, man? Well, you know. There's actually this thing, I don't know how you call this thing. I know that you attach it. I think this goes in here. And then it's kind of like a strap or something, but I don't think we'll be using this, man. Got your wipes to wipe the screen, and you have a screen protector, I think, that I'm not going to use. Manual is your typical manual from Anbernic. Chinese and in English. And we're not going to open it up, but here you have your USB-A to USB-C charging cable. Alright, so here it is. Here's the system. Very gorgeous. Looks amazing. Here's the A and B buttons. And you guys see these buttons here? This is actually your X and Y buttons. They're just camouflage. Oh, that's super cool. How cool is that? Front firing speaker here. You have your select and start buttons here. And you have your D-pad. A little small, but it's not too bad. I was a little worried, but it's not too bad. You have your L and R buttons here. And here you have your ZL and ZR buttons. They're kind of hidden, right? You can't really see them. So these buttons are hidden, and these buttons are hidden. You know, kind of looks like your typical Game Boy Advance system from the early 2000s, which is kind of cool. Here you have your power button right here. Here you have your earphone jack. And here you have your kind of like a volume rocker in a way. So if you tilt it to the left, but it doesn't, it's kind of weird. Kind of a knob, so you switch it to the left, to the right. So this is bring down the volume, and this brings the volume up. Pretty cool. Here you have your reset button. Here you have your home button. Here you have your charging port, USB to USB-C. Here you have your HDMI to connect to monitor. We'll test that later. Your 2 micro SD slots. So this one here is to actually put your system files, so the OS, and you could put some games on there, but my games came on a separate card. So second slot is to put your games and your BIOS files. Then you have your battery cover on the back, and it's transparent, which is pretty cool. So the screen size on this guy is actually 3.4 inches. And the ratio is a 3:2 screen, which means that it's wide 3:2. So it's a 3:2 aspect ratio, right? Makes sense? And the resolution on the original GBA was 240 by 160. But on this guy, it's 720 by 480. So if you did the math correctly, this has 3 times the resolution as the original Game Boy Advance, and has a backlit screen, so that makes a big difference. I haven't stopped playing with this guy since I got it, so it's a very cool system. So you're wondering, a 3.2 screen, what does that mean? Well, GBA is the only one that uses that. You're probably used to, if I take my Trim UI brick, which we will review next, by the way. This one here has a 4:3 screen ratio. So this, think of your old TVs, right? Your old CRT TVs, that's the ratio they had. And it's perfect for NES, Super NES, Sony, PlayStation 1, TurboGrafx 16, Genesis. All those machines use that ratio. So as you can see by the difference, it's a different screen. On this guy, the RG34XX Cube has a 1:1 screen ratio. So this one's very interesting. So this one's totally square compared to this one. Much more rectangle, right? This one here for the use case, Pico 8 has a 1:1 screen ratio, which is perfect for that. And also Game Boy games, Game Boy Color games, Game Gear, and Neo Geo Pocket have a 10:9 screen ratio. So they look very good on the screen. And the last screen size to compare is this one. This is the one that it's most similar to. So this is the Trim UI Smart Pro. This guy here has a 16:9 screen ratio, which is the same as a Nintendo Switch, right? So, all very cool. So all that to say, these 3 systems here, they're different than this one. Game Boy Advance is going to look the best on the screen. Why? Because there's going to be no bezels, right? So that's pretty cool. And also, this screen here is kind of like the middle ground between all these screens, and I'll get to that in 1 second. So here I'll show a few different games on different systems. By the way, the OS on this guy is the same as the RG34XX Cube, which I reviewed a few weeks ago, so check that out. So here we have Mega Man 2 for the NES. Now, as you could probably tell, the screen is just slightly stretched. I'm like, yeah, that's not, I don't like this really. Or I didn't think I would. But then, let's compare it to the original aspect ratio. So this is what it would usually look like. Right? This is using the 4:3 screen ratio, which is what NES uses. But look at the bezels. They're barely showing. Well, let me just switch it quickly so you guys see how that looks when I put it back to the slightly stretched screen so that it takes all the screen. And now we're back to what it was. So when you buy the system, that's how it comes configured. So between you and me, that's not bad. That's not a bad trade-off. I'm actually playing my NES games this way, and it's working fine. Now let's look at Mega Man X. By the way, playing this on my channel right now because I do live streams of classic retro games. Check that out if you haven't already. So look how good this looks, and I'll just put it back to the 4x3. So this is how it comes out in the box, right? When you unbox it, the system, this is how it's configured to look this way. And it looks fine, man. You could barely tell that this is stretched, man. I'll show you. If you guys are wondering how to switch it, I'll just show you guys. I'll just do it on the fly here. You just hit the menu button. You hit B. Go to settings, video, scaling. Scroll down to the aspect ratio. In here, we want to put it to core provided. So this, I mean, here you have, again, the black bezels here. I mean, of course, if you want to play like that, that's fine. This is what it's supposed to look like. But when it's stretched, just a bit, like just barely stretched, man. Scaling, core provided, and we'll put it back to 3.2. And there you go. So I'm playing like that, and it's just fine. You know what other system that really looks good on this? The PlayStation Portable. Let me show you that. So same game here, Mega Man X, but it's called Mega Man Maverick Hunter on the PlayStation Portable. Look how good this looks. So PlayStation Portable is going to look amazing on this system. I just want to show you that. It's again, it's just a bit stretched. Man, I cannot wait to play more Mega Man X for you guys. I think that's going to be next week. Wow. So this system, again, this little system plays PlayStation Portal pretty well. But, of course, you guys are like, well, Bowler, what about Game Boy Advance? Well, I'll show you guys some Game Boy Advance. And we'll put, I won't speak, and I'll let you guys hear the music so that you guys could hear the speaker and you could get the full experience on. I know it'll probably convince you to, wow, this system is pretty cool. Well, if you plan to play a lot of Game Boy Advance games, can't go wrong with this system. So let's check out some Game Boy Advance, shall we? Alright, I got a MacGyver setup here, but this is a portable monitor. In here is my RG34XX. I've never even tested this before, so this is going to be a first test. I want to connect this guy to this guy. I'll connect it to an external monitor, or you guys could connect it to TV, but let's do the test, shall we? Oh, looks like it's showing up on screen, guys. Look at that. Look at that magic. Let's see how the games look. Let's load. Well, Mega Man 6. Let's see how this looks. It's not, look at that. It's not stretched at all. It's perfect play out of, this is so cool, man. You can play out of the box, and I'm using this, by the way, I'm using this to play. This is super cool. I know what I'm going to be doing today. Gee, man. Look at this. Jeez. I'm using the controller to play. And you could also use Bluetooth controller as well. This is so exciting. Very cool. For fun, let's have a look what a Game Boy Advance game looks like on this. Alright, so we're finally controlling our friend Link here. So this, again, this is Game Boy Advance. This is not the Super Nintendo version of A Link to the Past. There goes our uncle out in the wild. Yeah, man. Plays super well. No issues at all. Awesome, guys. Awesome. You can play all these games on this, on your TV, and this comes with a whole bunch of PlayStation games and Nintendo games, Super NES games, Genesis, TurboGrafx 16, arcade games, all these. So this system here plays up to PlayStation Portable pretty well. So that's awesome. Just want to make a quick comparison, because I always do this. So this is a comparison with the NES controller. So as you guys could see, gives you an idea of the size of how big this device is. It's pretty small, but it's a one-for-one comparison with the original Game Boy Advance. So if you had one of those growing up, you know exactly what this guy looks like. Guys, I really hope that you dug this review. It was fun to make. Talking about the Game Boy Advance. Oh, wait. Anbernic RG34XX. Very, very cool device. I like it. Actually, I'll be testing it in the bus for the first time this week as I gotta go to work. Or it might be, yeah, it's gonna be this week from the time this video is coming out. If you'd like to purchase one of these bad boys, I'll tell you how to do it. You go on the interwebs and you go on Lit NXT's website. Don't worry, I'll have a link below. I have an affiliate link. Feel free to use it. Feel free to don't. Whatever you want to do. They offer free worldwide shipping, and they're quite fast as well. And if you use code BULLER10, get yourself a nice little 10% discount. How cool is that? I think it's pretty cool. These things are money, man. It's definitely by far the best way to play GBA games. They look fantastic on this thing. And man, I want to go play some more. So I'm going to do that. If you guys enjoyed this video, please consider one of these two videos popping up on screen. Consider subscribing as well. Give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down. And consider joining as a member as well. We're going to have 3 options soon if we don't have them already. So one at $1, one at $3, and one at $5. Want to support the channel? That's how you do it. Or you can catch one of my live streams as well. I play a lot of retro games, challenging games, and that's enough for now, man. See you guys in the next one. Oh, wait, I forgot something. Next week, we're going to be reviewing this guy. The Trim UI Brick. This is a premium handheld. And I got the purple color, so look out for the review of this guy. coming in the next week or so. See you guys later.